So, Coach, Scramble on the Bayou this weekend. It's the start of the fall season. Obviously, we want to talk about your teams first, starting with the men's side. It's a pretty new roster this year as well, with several new guys on it, and, of course, a few returners from last year as well. Just talk about what you've seen from the men's team so far in practice.
Well, the players we've recruited have made an impact right away. You talk about Austin Voss, the transfer from Gulf Coast Junior College in Mississippi. He's right there in the mix with the top players. Then you look at Malty. It's unfortunate that he's hurt right now, but he'll make his mark. He is another very, very solid player. Aspen will also add to the depth of this team in doubles, and so will Mihalo. I think they're just adjusting right now to the overall climate. You know, there are a lot of changes for new players coming in. They have to make these adjustments. We're patient with them. We take our time in working with them, and I think there'll be factors as well as the season approaches.
On the women's side, of course, you have 6 returners from last year, a couple of newcomers in Tristan and Annalena. So a lot of experience coming back, and obviously part of leading that charge, Ank, who was part of an all-conference doubles team last year, Salma as well, and just so much depth returning on the women's side.
Yeah. Look, the returning players have all improved, so that's encouraging. The new players, Annalena and Tristan, they will also add to the depth of it. But once again, they're adjusting to this new environment. The climate over here, it's a little bit different from where they're coming from. But I like the fact that Leah's playing well, Anka's playing well. They're all the returning players have lifted their games up. It's going to be interesting to see how well they compete this weekend.
And of course, as a coach, obviously, beyond looking at wins for this team, what are some of the goals that you look to take out from these teams from the first weekend?
I think to recognize that as they get in, this is the beginning of the season for us. I would tend to think, look, they're going to compete against Jackson State, Prairie View, Nichols. Every team today is going to be competitive. I want to see how well they compete. We've had enough downtime where we've practiced, we've done conditioning, we've done a lot of things. And they're all actually anxious to start playing. I think this will be an indicator for me to see what we need to work on as we move forward. We'll have new doubles teams. We'll have new players in the mix, in the rotation. But what I like about our event is the fact that it's a great warm-up to what proceeds after this event. We have Hattiesburg, and then we have the regionals, and we have Southern Miss, Southeastern, all those other tournaments that we play. But this is playing at home, and we should be the favorites.
And you alluded to it as well. The format has changed with this event over the years, but one thing that hasn't changed is the success that these teams, especially historically, have had here.
Yes. Look, whenever you're playing at home, I've always said this, it's in your own backyard. You know your courts, you know the layout. You have the factors, it's a little windy over here at times. You've learned to play with the wind. We're acclimated with the weather as far as the heat goes. But so is Jackson State, and so is Prairie View, and so is Nichols. So I just like the thought that we're at home, we're hosting, and these are 3 good teams, and this is the 2nd year in a row that we've hosted this event.
Coach, thank you very much.
You're welcome.